The story of Opel does not begin with the roar of an engine, but with the quiet hum of a sewing machine. In 1862 in Russelsheim, Maine, a young locksmith named Adam Opel founded his company. He worked in a modest workshop, even a converted cowshed. Adam Opel's dedication to precision soon earned a reputation for quality. Opel sewing machines became a household name across Germany. The business prospered through the late 1800s. As the century turned, a new mode of mobility captured imaginations, the bicycle. Opel diversified into bicycle production in 1886. These robust bicycles grew hugely popular. By 1895, Adam Opel had died, leaving the company to his sons, Karl, Wilhelm, Heinrich. The brothers saw the future at the 1897 Berlin Motor Show. They partnered briefly with Friedrich Lutzmann. In 1899, the first Opel car carried the name Patent Motorwagen System, Lutzmann. Early production was a learning curve. The Opel brothers sought experience. In 1901, Opel licensed Darracq Designs, building Opel Darracq cars. By 1902, they produced their first in-house car, the 1012 PS. This marked Opel's beginning as a true automobile manufacturer. Production scaled up as demand rose. The company was poised for dramatic growth. From sewing machines to bicycles to cars, Opel had found its direction. Next, a revolution in production and a transatlantic partnership. By the 1910s, Opel was a key player in Germany's nascent auto industry. The Doktorwagen, introduced in 1909, became a symbol of dependability. Doctors and professionals embraced it. After the First World War, the company rebuilt and resumed growth in the 1920s. Wilhelm and Fritz traveled to America to study mass production. They brought back assembly line techniques. In 1924, Opel introduced the moving assembly line, a German first. The Laubfrosch, the tree frog, was the early success born from this efficiency. Affordable pricing made car ownership possible for thousands. Opel became Germany's leading auto exporter by decade's end. This success drew attention across the Atlantic. In 1929, General Motors took a majority stake, and by 1931, owned Opel. American capital and technology accelerated Opel's modernization. A transatlantic partnership set the stage for the 1930s, but darker decades lay ahead. Under GM, Opel prospered in the 1930s, modernizing plants and models. The 1935 Opel Olympia introduced all-steel unitary construction, a major advance. This improved safety and lightness. With the rise of the Nazi regime and the outbreak of war in 1939, Opel's factories were repurposed. Civilian car production ceased as plants produced military equipment and truck components. American management was forced to leave. Opel's plants became strategic targets and suffered intense bombing. Brandenburg was almost completely destroyed, Russelsheim heavily damaged. Nearly half of buildings and machinery lay in rubble. As war reparations, tooling, including Kadett equipment, was shipped east to the Soviet Union. This equipment helped produce the Moskvich 400 in Moscow. For Opel, it seemed the end of the road. Yet employees returned, and with GM support, rebuilding began. GM reassumed control and reconstruction followed. It was a monumental task. Production restarted with the Opel Blitz truck, vital for reconstruction. Passenger car production resumed in 1947 with the Olympia. The workforce celebrated the comeback. Opel's recovery was part of Germany's Wirtschaftswunder, the economic miracle. The phoenix had risen. Opel prepared to reclaim its place in Europe. Next, the models that defined a brand. The post-war decades became a golden era for Opel. Models like the Record and Capitan became fixtures on European roads. Spacious interiors and dependable mechanics won buyers. A pivotal moment came in 1962 with the Kadett A. The original Kadett tooling had been lost. Opel engineered a new compact car, practical, economical, and immediately popular. The Kadett spawned 6 generations and millions of sales. Later replaced by the Astra, the lineage continued to evolve, a core pillar of Opel's success. In 1982, Opel launched the Corsa, a city-friendly supermini. Produced in Zaragoza, it was compact, economical, and ideal for Europe. It appealed to young drivers and small families. These 3 models formed Opel's backbone for decades. They propelled Opel to the top of many European markets. The brand became synonymous with everyday mobility. Through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Opel maintained strong presence. Known for robust engineering and practical design, Opel offered value for money. Millions of families trusted Opel. Having dominated Europe's family car market, Opel turned to design and technology innovation. Next, a movement that reshaped automotive styling and safety. Opel consistently brought advanced design and technology to mainstream buyers. The Opel GT, 1968, showed aerodynamic refinement, wind tunnel tested. Aerodynamics became a guiding principle. In the 1980s, design chief Wayne Cherry led a shift to fluid aerodynamic shapes. The 1986 Omega achieved a CD of 0.28, performance and economy in harmony. Lower drag meant better fuel efficiency and stability. The 1989 Calibra was a design icon, with a CD of 0.26. It was named the most aerodynamic production car on release. The language spread across Opel's lineup. Opel led in safety, early adoption of full-size airbags and innovations like the pedal release system. Features were designed to reduce injury and frontal impacts. Opel's Ecotec engines balanced performance and economy. Opel adopted catalytic converters early, reducing emissions ahead of mandates. Manufacturing innovation continued, improving quality and efficiency. Through design and tech, Opel kept democratizing advanced features. Design, safety, engines. Opel made sophisticated engineering available to everyday drivers. Next, the economic storms and a changing corporate world. By the turn of the century, the market was changing. New global competitors and stricter regulations. Opel's historic market share began to erode. Despite capable cars like the Astra and Corsa, profitability slipped. The 2008 financial crisis hit GM hard and limited investment in Opel. Opel's future was uncertain. A sale nearly went through with Magna. GM initially kept Opel, prolonging uncertainty. In 2017, GM sold Opel and Vauxhall to PSA Group. 90 years of American ownership ended. A Franco-German partnership began. PSA CEO Carlos Tavares implemented the PACE turnaround plan. Opel leveraged PSA platforms to cut costs and speed development. New models arrived quickly, including all-electric versions like the Mokka-e. Rüsselsheim adapted platforms and won new engineering roles. In 2021, PSA merged with Fiat Chrysler to form Stellantis, bringing Opel into a 14-brand group. Opel became a core European brand in a global family. A new visor front end signaled a renewed identity. Today, Opel is revitalized, profitable, efficient, and embracing electrification across its lineup. From a sewing machine in a cowshed to millions of family cars and modern electric vehicles, Opel's arc mirrors European industrial history. Opel's legacy endures. Practical innovation, German engineering, and accessible mobility for generations.